We're going to be learning how to do bullion knots today, and I am actually working with a bullion needle, which is a very long needle. And the nice thing about the bullion needle is that it is the same diameter from the tip all the way up to the eye, and so it makes it much easier. They're also longer, so you can make longer bullions when you have a longer needle. So when you do your bullion knot, you're going to come up in one hole, and then you're going to go down in another hole. It doesn't really matter whether or not you're going down at an angle or vertical. You just, whichever way you want your bullion knot to lay, that's where you're going to bring your needle down. And you're going to keep this loose, so do not pull it tight, okay? You're just going to get through the canvas, and then you're going to come back up in the same hole you started, okay? And from this point, you are going to take this extra thread and you're going to start wrapping your needle. And you'll just wrap it several times. And then what I usually do is I lay it down to see if I've got enough wraps on there. But that right there, I've got maybe 2 or 3 too many wraps. So I'm going to take 1, 2 of them off. And then there, that's a little bit better. So now you see how the wraps are nice and smooth on the needle. I am then going to hold them in place while I pull this needle through the wraps. And once you pull them through the wraps, I am pulling my thread that's going through the center nice and snug so that these will lay nice and smooth around that thread. And then you go back down in the same hole. And there's your bullion. Okay? So let's do that one more time. So you bring your needle up. You go down. Don't pull it all the way through. Leave a loop. Come up in the same hole. And then use this thread to wrap your needle. Okay, lay it down, make sure you've got enough wraps to cover the distance. Hold these wraps in place while you pull your needle through. And then you're just going to pull your thread nice and snug so that all your wraps, you have to maneuver them around a little bit, make sure they are nice and snug here at the bottom, make sure they're snug at the top. And then you go back down in that same hole, and then there is your bullion. When you're using bullion needles, they're much longer, so you can make really, really long wraps. You can, those wraps can then lay straight, like you see right here, or you can curve them and turn them into a circle or into a shape, whatever design that you want, and then you can couch it down in place. So there's lots of fun things that you can do with bullion knots, but that is the basic technique.